This is the first tool that we referenced in our last video, which is the Wheel of Life. Wheel of Life is a really simple tool. We call this a spider diagram. And in this specific spider diagram, there are 8 different categories where all you have to do is sort of rate how you feel about that category in your life today, right? And so whether it's career, physical environment, finances, and so forth, you're giving yourself a rating, and this will give you a foundation for a bit about who you are today, given these 8 different categories. So, for instance, doesn't necessarily reflect me, but it may reflect someone else, right? Here, this is someone who gave themselves a rating of 6 for career and a rating of 3 for their physical environment and 4 for finances and so forth. And what you end up seeing is with this kind of spider diagram and you're rating different aspects of your life, you get to see kind of where you are comfortable, where things are going really well, but also places perhaps for improvement, or maybe this is a good way to utilize, figure out how to utilize strengths or whatever it may be. So very simple tool about the foundations of who you are today.
Does it matter like where they're ordered? Because here we've got,
Yeah.
I can kind of see career, physical environment, and finances are sort of all,
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess 6 is fine, but like finances and physical environment are low. Does
Right.
it, I mean, is that, does that matter? Does this sort of like a pattern of what's adjacent matter?
This is not necessarily a pattern of what's adjacent. I guess a better way of saying it, you could certainly shift these things around. In fact, I'd say if you figure out or feel like there's a category that makes more sense than one of these, go ahead and replace it. Again, this is more just an idea of who you are today, so that you can use that going forward as part of your design. Yeah, but I think the adjacency in this case doesn't really matter.
So a visualization
Mm-hmm.
to kind of indicate for you where you are and what you want to improve. So it's
Yeah,
not it's a and it's almost like you could have it up as a reminder, like
that's right.
on your
Yeah.
computer or on your desk, and you're like, oh right, I'm something that I want to be working on is improving my physical environment, whatever that might mean to you.
Exactly, right. And we're thinking about life and career design here. And so if you look at this, I think a physical environment is a good one, right? Especially given that a lot of us were locked down in COVID and have spruced up perhaps home offices or couches, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
You might say, I really feel like I need something different, or I need a separation and a different physical environment, to get my creative juices flowing. And then you see something like this, you're like, oh yeah, actually that would be a good thing to focus on, because maybe my career is not just my job, but how my job is manifested in some physical environment. And yeah, exactly that. You might decide to focus on that. And same thing, here you could see relationships and friends and family. Perhaps your current role and what you do, that's really high, right? It's a 10 in this case. You may also want to use this in that case, which is, hey, is my job going to take me, to other places where I'm going to be, pulling my hair out,
Mm.
and all of a sudden those relationships with my friends and family goes down. You may want to be able to use that to measure,
Continue. Yeah.
yeah, what that looks like. Yeah, so very simple. It's the foundation, like what is about your current life.
One I might think about this, and one kind of mental model that I use
Mm.
is the short, medium, and long term, like creation
Yes.
of value, and that might be one, right? So short
Yes.
term for me is like, um and most people it's like money right now, like is this doing
Right.
a, do I have that kind of money income sustain now, versus a long term is I'm going to write a book, and I'm
Yes.
working on that, and that's going
Totally.
to be something that I'm investing, so I kind of think about it like stocks or
Totally.
investments, right? And so
Yeah.
you could do that, you could take 3 of these and go short, medium, long.
You totally could. Yeah, you totally could. And I think the key with it is while of course, you should be ambitious about the short, medium, and long. At the same time, probably not everything's going to be a 10, right?
Yeah,
You could certainly strive for tens in all of these, but that's,
that's not the goal.
it's not the goal. The goal is to figure out what things, are things that really matter to you, and you'd like to use that as as some design criteria to move forward with or to improve on.
Fantastic. All right. So that's that for the Wheel of Life. And you can click through, and I'll put a link right here for the next tool, tool number 2. So click on over.
Let's click on over.